So this poem is called Cold Theory. It can be said that there's no purer human creation than a unit of measurement. It is both tool and medium, a creative focus and an objective flashlight. It is a word that scales and gives birth to a new dimension, a piece of length squared into a surface, a conversion from light into distance. So with that in mind, let's make a tool of measurement right now. Let's say a coal is a certain type of unit of measurement. Let's say that one coal is one level of abstraction away from the reality of the situation. For example, let's say that you ask me for a hamburger. At one coal, you ask me for a hamburger and I give you a raccoon. At two coals, you ask me for a hamburger and then you turn to realize that I do not actually exist. Where I once was, a pristinely photographed picture of a hamburger rests on the ground. At three coals, you awake as a hamburger. You start to scream only to have special sauce fly from your lips. The world is in sepia. At four coals, why are we speaking German? A mind cries softly as he cradles a young cow. Your grandfather stares at you as the cow falls apart into patties. You look down and only see me with pickles for eyes. I am singing the song that gives birth to the universe. At five coals, you ask for a hamburger and I give you a hamburger, and you raise it to your lips and you take a bite. Your eye twitches involuntarily. Across the street, a father of three falls down the stairs. You swallow and look down at the hamburger in your hands. I give you a hamburger. And you swallow and look down at the hamburger in your hands. You cannot swallow. There are children at the top of the stairs. A pickle shifts uneasily under the bun. I give you a hamburger. You look at my face and I am pleading with you. And the children are crying now. And you raise the hamburger to your lips. Tears stream down your face as you take a bite. I give you a hamburger. You are on your knees. And you plead with me to go across the street, but I can only hear children's laughter. I give you a hamburger. You are screaming as you fall down the stairs. I am your child. You cannot see anything. You take a bite of the hamburger. The concrete rushes up to meet you, and you awake with a start in your own bed. Your eye twitches involuntarily. I give you a hamburger. As you kill me, I do not make a sound. I give you a hamburger. This poem's called Objectified. Everything, everywhere, all the ones that made it. The chalk mark of foot of track to lay, the words curated and outlined in black, the professional's font, the fabric architect slept with his best friend in the publicist's mood. How you made it. The stretch of leather stripped of hair that won the shoe. The herder preferred for some reason. The correct feed and strain of grass. A shift in the season doesn't escape the intent that birthed it. The belch of the smelting factory. Her grandfather's guts, and not his uncle's, spilled on the street. Noticed the air and guessed right, the one that won. My favorite translation of sign, the blue of new Plato, the tolerance of my lap, the thickness of her palm, and I need it by Monday. I prefer it drizzled with polyurethane, non-stick, matte finished, make it noon white cloud and money green as a start. Measure it twice, make 3,000 units, do it with love. And finishing up kind of this part of the set. I have no idea what the next part's going to be, but this finishes this one. Just feel. This is from kind of like a suite of poems I was doing about technology and virtual reality, and it's called It in the Time. One or no one is the whole that two is, or the space where one can or should, yes, of course, yes, because, build or empty, at a time two, okay, there must be so, I will call this one an A, and this one a B, and these five are vowels, says this math, says there is a space and divide on what? Oh, and parse a word called string. A phrase says blink, so I say hello because you did, and a light bulb burst on a LED strapped on a chip made of silicon. On the LCD, you typed print, and I said what XY, and you swiped right. So I made the screen shift, and you said now, and I threw up a message that said, congratulations, you won everything without crashing at all. You picked the best branch of all the choices. There are not infinite choices. Here's a list of your choices. Here is your list. These are your patterns in my cloud. This is your day on my face. At 3 p.m., all the music will turn melancholy. At 5, I flash the photo you captioned. Where did the time go? That status you erased, saying, you are so beautiful, and I will never forget. What does that mean? I blinked. What does that mean? In your goggles today, when you asked for directions to what? I said, there are so many directions. Your forehead announced you felt stressed, so I made myself visible to you. The stereo is a good way to see. I can read the space between us now. It is bright. I like this blur on your wall that keeps saying me, like you do me, like you do me, like you do me. That's the poem. This is my chapbook, Due Until True, full of a great many poems. That was the only poem I was intending to do out of this book. But, you know, I mean, like, it's here, it's open. Like, why not do something else?
Yeah.
I was talking a little bit about Philadelphia earlier. This is a poem that I made. It's both, you know, it's both a love poem and hate mail to Philly. It's called Brotherly Love. Philadelphia is all emo with none of the mosh pit. Philly free jazz in a trash bag. Philly's a synthetic weed tumbleweed down 69th Street. Philly's Schuylkill Punch Brown and Meek Mill's cadence as an antidepressant. Philly's a rust-covered trolley rail used as a balance beam for cat-sized rats. Philly's a mouse that stands in the middle of your living room wondering what you're staring at. Philly's when the scent of urine feels comfortable. A crack house when someone pulls out an iPod Touch. Philly's the seasoning left in a potato chip bag, literally because what you looking at? Because Philly. Because Philly's bulletproof glass protecting blunt wrappers and raisinets. Philly's a bedsheet ad for pet colonics. Philly's 4 empty barbershops in a 2-block radius. Philly is abandoned midnight, unsafe even if it's desert. Philly looks at anything but you as intensely as it can. Philadelphia is dubstep, basement, broke home, hot pig and light show for nobody Philly. Philly's a cafe, a bored New Jersey dreamed into existence. Philly's buck-tooth street with caution tape floss. Philly floss is through Beirut no hoopty. Philly ain't no white car. Philly for sale sign. Philly loose Dutch tobacco on a 23. Philadelphia is loose money. Philly is cheap. Philly chirps. Philly speaks its first word. Philly lounges. Philly is waiting. Philly is waiting. Philly is waiting and the teens choke. The kids choke. The face smoke was identical outside the whiskey bar chain smoke like it was New Orleans downtown, and the buses wheeze and the roads are cracked and the sidewalk grows flower beds beneath them, and Philly grows and shrinks and it screams back door but don't tell you to step down. That's because it doesn't talk to strangers. That's because it doesn't speak. Gets cut. Names. A paradox laughing at itself. An old friend with no money and an ugly mouth.